people think that I'm just listening to music. Just hear me out. In Second Corinthians chapter 3, verse 18, it says, "But we all, with unveiled face, behold as in a mirror the glory of the Lord, are being transformed into the same image from glory to glory, just by the same Spirit." Well, when I'm just, people think just listening to music. That's not exactly what's going on. What's happening is I'm spending time in the presence of the Lord. And that time is not wasted time. It's time that I'm spending. God is transforming me. He's touching me. He's taking what is inside of me and changing me into the image of Christ. He's speaking to me. He's giving me peace. He's healing me. There's so many things that are happening. He's speaking to me. I can hear things, scriptures that are being shared. He's singing to me. I mean, I don't know if you realize this, that God sings to us. Every day he sings songs. I don't know if you know this. He sings a different song to every person. I mean, that just is amazing to me. He sings a different song to every single person every single day. I mean, he's that creative. And that's an amazing thought to think about. It's like he sings a song over me every day. And he's so wildly in love with every single person that he sings these songs over us. And I love that thought. And so then it goes on in Second Corinthians. It says, since we have this ministry, basically he's talking about the ministry of sharing that glory, sharing the glory I'm just talking about, what I'm doing. Just sharing that little bit of music that I'm sharing. I mean, it doesn't seem like much, but I'm sharing the glory of God. That's all it is. I'm sharing God's glory or presence. Let's just put it that way. It's simply put, I am sharing. It's like a water faucet. I'm turning on the water. And so that's all I'm doing. I'm just turning it on. I'm not the water. God's the presence. He is it. I'm just turning it on. And so he comes in and he, hopefully you're understanding, he's coming into wherever you are. And if you allow him to, he touches you wherever you are. And it's amazing to me, as long as you let your barriers down, because a lot of people, if you have barriers up, it's hard for him to touch you. You know, maybe you don't trust God. You know, sometimes people don't trust God, so they got these little barriers up, and they just put these barriers up. So they you know, that's when that day of judgment they'll curse God out and say, you never said anything to me. But actually God's been speaking the whole time, but they've had this wall up and not listening. You know, the fingers in the ears, like a 2-year-old child when their mom is trying to speak to them and they don't want to hear. So that's how that is. You know, your mom's trying to correct you and you don't want to listen to them. You know, it's like, no, I'm not going to listen to mom, you know, like a child. And so, and there's dust in the air right now, but let me finish. There's so much here. It's hard to finish. Since we have this ministry, like I'm talking about, I'm just turning on the faucet. We received mercy. We do not lose heart. And I'm going to continue. It talks about in verse 4, the God of this age has blinded the minds of those who do not believe. What's, like I said, it's like the ears are covered, lest the light of the gospel of the glory of Christ, who is an image of Christ, would shine on them. It's almost like